and then the 16 extractor or 17 extractor, whatever it was, and he's going to continue those drones mining on it, and he's going to go for the early Roach Warren. So I think he knows that it's close to air position. He knows that he needs massive amounts of roaches because of that early Banshee play, and if he can just get out the roaches he needs, he's going to be able to walk right through Coal Stake.
Roaches are definitely a good decision. You can really poke in, see the kind of unit composition you need. You don't even have to overcommit to with roaches either. They're good in the late game. They're good in the mid game. They're just good, period. And right now we do see a starport being pumped out by Complexity Stake. And since we only see that one gas style again, maybe he's going for that same early on one Banshee, forcing the other player to react to his one Banshee build, you know? Doesn't get cloak, he just does little damage with it.
Yeah, what Psycho needs to do is, probably just throw down a second gas and go for a +1/+1 roach all in. Just take it like that, just so it can go down to the final.
Yeah, absolutely. And this could be the last game. We don't know. Complexity Stake is a very strong player, and he's doing a very, very good build right now. He's not building that Banshee as expected. He's making a bunch of Hellions, and he's going to get a medevac out. So he's going to be able to drop Hellions into the base. I like it when players drop 2 Hellions and then 4 Marines. The Hellions lower a lot of drones' health very quickly, and the Marines can pick them off with that high DPS that they do have. And right now we do see a bunker going up for Complexity Stake. This is the first bunker early game I've seen him make this entire series.
He's going to need it by going for this early... he's going for a 3 Hellion drop. And then he's going to follow that up with a command center.
I think that's a good move. Great positioning by Psycho of that Overlord. He knows about the Hellions already. He hasn't reacted quite yet, but he definitely has seen them on the map. And here they come, roasting one drone, roasting 2 drones. Meantime, in the base, the roaches do stream in past the bunker, completely avoiding it, trying to get into the mineral line. Meanwhile, the Hellions are doing a good deal of damage to those units. Both Hellions have about 4 kills, and it's really delaying mining time. Meanwhile, the roaches doing a good job delaying tech, making the Terran army freak out, and now they're in the mineral line. And Roach is doing really good damage. The Hellions also still alive, still roasting units. 8 kills on one of those Hellions. Wow, both players microing in each other's bases, taking out a ton of units. 5 kills on each of these roaches, averaged it out, aggregated. And Medevac does come out with some Marines. Might clean this up, I'm not completely sure. Chooses to target the SCVs instead of those Marines, so those roaches will go down very shortly. And let's see the unit counting station, see what we have. Terran did come out far behind in this match. 28 Harvesters to 14 Harvesters. The Terran player just severely behind in economy.
Yeah, he didn't do enough damage. Saiku doing a few misclicks, losing a lot of extra drones than he needed to, but he was smart, and instead of attacking the Hellions with his drones, he just he just pulled them down to his natural. And then once he got a chance, he surrounded one of them, allowed his queen to pick off the other, and I'm not really sure what happened to the other, but now a Banshee's out, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to handle that, as well as a drop in the main. He needs to get his Zerglings back, take out those Marines.
I like what he's doing right now. He's targeting down the queens with those Marines. He's getting as much DPS as he can to get those Banshees be as effective as humanly possible. And this Banshee will take out the queen. And with that queen out, there is no anti-air whatsoever. No queen in production, even halfway through production. And there's no evolution chamber out, so this Banshee can actually do as much damage as it possibly wants. He's trying to move those drones all around the match. The Banshee already has the 8 kills, 9 kills, 10 kills. Such a great move by Complexity Stake. Such a creative move as well. You don't really see a lot of players using Marines to take out to damage the queen so Banshees can finish them off. And with 13 kills, I think this game is evened out pretty nicely. Actually, wow. 34 drones still for our Zerg player. He's just non-stop producing drones. Here's my counter to Banshees. I'm going to make more drones.
It's a really good decision. He threw down an evolution chamber so he could start Spore Crawler production. And with 2 Banshees out now, though, he's in a lot of trouble.
Another queen here trying to take out that Banshee. He's going to be able to do it. Will it come down? Yes, it does. But the Banshee is still alive, and there's still no true anti-air. But the Spore Crawler does finish. The Spore Crawler is up, and he's going to be really severely limited in the amount of drones he can kill. He does have a good spot here, and it's not going to be able to be stopped until either that Spore Crawler finishes or that one is repositioned. And he's doing a lot of damage with these Banshees, yet still the worker production of our Zerg player is too much to handle. Meanwhile, in the base, he is producing a lot of Marines. Psycho does have a good deal of Zerglings out and about, maybe going to try and do some sort of counterattack when the units leave their base. No, he's just going to try and surround the Marines, pick them off, make sure there's no way the Terran can counterattack into the base and support the Banshee that's been doing so much damage. I'm pretty sure the Banshee's died already, has it? Yes, it has.
Yeah, the Banshee did get taken out. I mean, yeah, actually, one of the Banshees got taken out, but the other one ran back to the base. It's being repaired right now. It has 10 kills on it right now, and he built the second one. 2 Banshees being his #1 cause. But with those Spore Crawlers out on the field now, I don't know how much damage he's going to be able to really do.
The thing is, as Banshee numbers grow, so does the Terran strength of an army. And he is building Spine Crawlers in his base because he knows if Marines and Banshees go out, that could be a real big problem for Saiku. And he does have a 40 worker to 25 worker advantage, so he needs to hold on to that economic advantage. He needs to maybe even take a third when he has time, if he can ever spare 300 minerals, and find a way to get back into this game. And Banshee's, again, being very annoying, taking out a Queen. Banshee for Queen isn't exactly a fair trade, but he can use that Banshee to pick off these Banelings, which is huge. And taking out those Spine Crawlers very slowly. These Queens just aren't able to compete with the Banshees.
Yeah, the Banshee's just being overly aggressive. He tried to pull back the Spine Crawler, but it just didn't deal the damage he wanted.
And once again, picking up the Marines very well with that medevac. Great microbyte complexity stake. But the Queen did get a lot of extra hits off on that Banshee. But here we go, Marines incoming towards the Queens. They are going to be able to take them out if they focus fire, especially with that Banshee. The Banshee has to be careful not to run into the Spore Crawler, though. Drones being pulled off the line right now and moving out. Very smart play by Stake. But no, will the Queen? Yeah, the Queen does take out the medevac, and all of those Marines inside do die.
Oh man, a great play by Psycho. Colstake showing his oh my god, 1 Banshee taking out 3 Marines. Good trade, finishing off the assault. But during this time, Colstake managed to get his expansion up and running, and now Psycho needs to take his chance. He has the minerals, and he needs to throw up his 3rd base, maybe even his 4th base right now.
Yeah, this is a really crucial moment in time for both players. They're both recovering from this endless harassment on both ends. This is such a good game. Like, wow, this is a good game. Both players microing their hearts out, macroing their hearts out, trying to get as many workers as possible. Speaking of which, 50 to 37, it's fun to say the worker counts because they keep going up and down with all this harassment. And no 3rd yet in sight for Saiku.
Saiku being amazing with his larva injects, almost being instantaneous with them. And now his Queen production is over the top, so now if he can just continue... He has so many Queens that a continuous creep spread. He's got his Spine Crawlers in an offensive position, which is good, though he does need a Spore Crawler with him to protect against any sort of Banshee play against him.
Very, very true.
And here goes, he is building his 3rd right now, or he's about to be.
I think that's a little later than it should have been. 15 minutes, though, who can tell? It's been a crazy sort of game. I'm not sure what the timings are for multiple Banshees killing your Queens for 10 minutes straight.
Oh, man, and he's going for a Zerg counterattack.
Yeah, he definitely is. Baneling's speed is on the way. Do you think he'll produce a bunch of Banelings and maybe try to bust it?
It is a possibility, but I think he's just going to run them in and attack from multiple angles. There are a lot of tanks, and he's going to rush the tanks.
This is a good move. If he can take out those tanks, it'll absolutely be worth it, but he does fall short of killing more than 1 tank.
It was a misclick. He accidentally had him on move command.
Oh, no. That's horrible.
Yeah, he took out the first tank, just tried to target him onto 1, and he had him on move instead of attack. And now Colstake taking the gold base. That's exactly what he needs to do. Move his tanks there, get it surrounded by missile turrets, and he'll be all set. And while this is happening, Colstake making his Marines attack the 3rd of Psycho.
Very true. I almost completely missed this engagement right here. But good play by Colstake, showing that APM off. And the Zerglings actually weren't reinforced by those Banelings quickly enough. And now a bunch of Banelings die pretty needlessly. I don't think that was completely a good trade for Saiku.
And a huge push by Colstake right now. He needs to morph some of those Zerglings into Banelings.
So you got to elevator those Marines up? He is, in fact, going to do that. Great play. Good timing to do that. But, oh, he puts the weak... Oh, I was scared for a minute for that. The weak medevac was full of Marines. That Queen had just been targeting it down. He might have lost 8 Marines for nothing.
Yeah, he wasn't paying enough attention, though. He is going for a counterattack right now.
Yeah, counterattack in the main natural. I mean, doing a very good job of picking off tanks. He needs to get those supply depots up. He gets one up. Is he going to get the other one up?
I don't think he realizes it's down.
Meanwhile, in the main, Baneling's trying to clean it up, moving back and forth, microwing back and forth. All of these SCVs being taken out. Saiku's so good at these counterattacks. Forgetting to lift that supply depot is huge, though, and the siege tank is actually getting a lot of kills. Meanwhile, the Baneling's trying to get around the Marines, but they get lifted up at the last second by mistake. Great play by both players. And the orbital command at this natural is taken out, but the gold base is still mining. So
yeah, I don't think he realizes that's there yet.
So I think with that gold base, Stake has actually taken the economic advantage, and tanks destroying so many Banelings. That tank has 16 kills on it, that one 13. Oh, jeez. The tank positioning could not be better. I like that he left Marines down with it. Too often you'll see players abandon their tanks, and then Marines just run by and take it out. But here comes the Mutalisk, cleaning up the remainder of those Marines in the base, but there is a large push by Psycho moving down. It's going to be really, 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 really tough for the Zerg player to stop this.
He does have the spine crawlers, but they're just not close enough to attack.
Very, very true, and they do a lot of damage to that siege tank, which is a very good. He's spreading out his siege tanks very well, something that he hasn't been doing quite as often in the last couple of games. And here he comes in the natural. That gold base just proving so vital for him. And the thing is, I think the real determining factor has been vision in this game. Psycho had no idea that the gold base was there, and the Marines doing a great job picking off all these Mutalisks. This game is in the hands of 6 Banelings right now versus 4 siege tanks. I'm not exactly sure if Psycho can get out of this one.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble right now. Colstake producing so many units that Psycho just can't keep up. That gold base is the winning cause of this. I'm pretty sure this is in Colstake's hand with almost a 40?
Baneling's coming down and driving them back away. Colstake doing a great job of forcing the Banelings back. He needs to move those siege tanks closer and closer to that natural expansion. And this is the grand finals. This is game 2. If Stake wins this, he wins the grand finals of the CG tournament. Yeah. And the Baneling's moving in now. He chooses now to commit to this attack. Baneling's targeting down and wow, did you see that pickup? That is the most clutch pickup I've ever seen. Most of those Marines survive, and there's nothing left for Psycho to do. GG, congratulations. Colstake taking out Psycho in the grand finals. I am Loosefest, and this is Shinobi, and you have just watched the CG StarCraft 2 tournament sponsored by Memory Express, Asus, and eSpot. Oh, Shinobi.
That was such an intense game. Colstake, by taking that gold expansion, man, he just gave himself such an economic lead with those mules.
Yeah, I just, wow. It was just so great, and we're going to see, or rather, right now in Vancouver, Canada, Solid is going to be presenting to the winner Complexity Stake the prize total of $250 in gift cards and other assorted items, and it's been a pleasure casting for you all. We are Loosefast and Shinobi, as we said before. Please follow us on Loosefast TV, this our Justin TV channel. We'll be casting a lot more tournaments in the future, and for now we're signing off, guys.
Great game, everyone.